Did you know that statistically it's only 14% of women who invest? So why are women not investing as much as men? The societal norm is that society is telling women to save and telling men to invest. This starts from when we're very young, giving women a piggy bank, fathers talking to their sons much more about projects and investments, and women being told from a young age that numbers are maybe not for them, or this is a man's discussion. This breeds a narrative in young girls and women from the beginning saying they're not good with numbers, this is not for me. Generally, on top of that, as we grow older, the bias in the media is really targeted at men for investing versus women for saving. How often have we heard this? That women are better at budgeting, taking care of the household finances, and the men are going to take care of the investments, the properties, and really making the money grow for the family. Maybe in the old story of how we've lived. When it comes down to women today, we need to take care of our finances. And there's a really good theory around this, what I want to highlight of why it's so important for women to start investing, is that in many households, and especially a lot of the women I've coached, the women's salaries, incomes, whatever it is, money goes towards the expenses at home. Might it be support in the house, groceries, food, nannies, help, whereas the men's finances generally go towards investments such as buying the property, paying off the mortgage, investing for the family. Now, this is great if we're honing our skills as a couple, but let's say something happens in the future and we don't know what happens. Who's going to be sitting with the assets, the appreciating values? The men, because they've put their money towards that. Whereas there's a theory that women stay with the yogurt pots, which is not so much left if all your money goes to the household expenses, saving and budgeting. And so that's why I'm here to rewrite this narrative with you. And I really feel it's important to break this narrative for women around women are better savers and men are better investors. Another thing that I really deeply believe that holds women back from investing is something much stronger than just being a woman today. It's our ancestral patterns. We don't have it within us to maybe take care of numbers, to be the hunters out in society, to gather things, but we're much more homebodies, having taken care of families. So we're much more in the kind of saving mode of making the household work, maybe rationing the food, and I'm talking about generations before us, whereas the men were the fighters. They were going out there, they were looking at how we can get more from what we have, maybe hunting. And so the energy of that is also completely different, because saving is much more taking care of what's currently there, whereas investing is putting the resources at work to grow something larger out there. And so also this narrative of the storytelling of where we've come from for men and women needs to change. We are here to rewrite that story, and we don't have to adhere to that old narrative of women are savers and men are investors. There are several myths that keep being told about women not investing, and one of them is that you don't have the knowledge to invest. You need to know a lot about the markets. You need to be on top of all the financial news, and this is not true. Of course, you need to know how to pick your investments, but it doesn't mean that you can't start today to start empowering yourself around that. Other myth is that investing is risky. I'd actually say that saving money and not putting your money to work is riskier. With higher inflation rates at 7 to 8% a couple of years ago, that is really eating away your purchasing power and the value of your money. And finally, a last myth that always gets told, and I hear in countless conversations, is that women are risk averse. Women are actually more thoughtful investors, and they take smaller risks, but with a strategy. And that can build up their long-term returns. And as I've said before, generally women actually have higher returns over the long term than men. I actually can tell you a little bit of a story about myself as a financials trader. I used to make a little bit of money every day, if it was 100, 200, 300, 400,000 a day, but I saw that over a year that would accumulate to so much more profit. Whereas the men that I was working with would do big trades of up $1 million, down $1 million, up $3 million, down $3 million, up $10 million down in a day, taking much more risk. But at the end of the year, my strategy really outperformed theirs because I was doing small gains every day without taking the big risks and also having that large volatility. So just to show you that that myth is also not true. What can you do to start investing? And I'd say the first step really is getting clear about your values, getting clear about where you want to put your money, what it means to you, and then really writing down your goals, because there's no point in making money go out there without working for it for a certain goal. So once you have your goals in place, aligned with your values, which is very important for women. I always feel like women don't just get motivated by money, but really the intrinsic values behind it, you can start your investment journey. At the moment, there's countless tools out there to help you invest. It's a bit like going to the gym and building that muscle. Starting with a small amount, even 20 euros, 50 euros a month, can really grow your capacity as an investor. And I would say, start writing down your values, look at your goals, and start researching some of the tools that are out there, such as ETF, exchange traded funds, some stocks you might believe in, or something that's really near to you, for example, in your environment, that really speaks to you. Let's start somewhere and then build that resilience up.
I hope this video has helped you to bust the myth that investing is not for you as a woman, and that this will encourage you to start your path towards investing and setting up your financial future. If you're a solopreneur, if you want to start getting on top of your finances in your life and your business, I've got a free guide for solopreneurs to reach financial peace of mind that you can download below. And I hope that this can also start you on your journey towards financial freedom. If you like this video, please like it, please share it. I would love for more women to start their investment journey and to be empowered around their finances.